Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lokesh and I work as a lead architect in one of the companies called Fractal. So it's been a while since we made our last video. I think it was on 23rd of Feb and it's 19th of April as we record this video. So it's been a while, and this also means that whatever study that I was doing on AI had to come for a pause because of several things happening in my personal and work life. But now we'll try to continue our learnings, and we'll try to share the learnings through this video, because this is the only channel which forces me to learn more on AI. And as I've said in my past videos, when I do that, I think maybe some of you folks can follow my journey if you have subscribed to my channel. If you are new to this one, maybe that will help you in starting your own AI journey. So what we will do in this particular video is, so see, there is lot of sources that provide information on AI, news channels, influencers, people on YouTube, people on LinkedIn, and some of the people's on some of the other social networking tools called X. So my advice would be, or something that I try to follow is, although again I'm a culprit in this because I've not been doing it for past couple of months, is to follow the people who are experts in this field, who know what they're talking about, and you would be able to distinguish these people from the so-called influencers who don't know anything about AI, but just for the sake of creating content, they make the content. But that is your job to find out who are real people, who are like real influencers who have worked in this field even before AI became a hype. So follow those people on X and LinkedIn and try to follow their posts. Yes, it will be difficult to follow each of the posts, and if you do that, just try to follow one or two people, not more than that, because if you do that, then again there will be lot of notifications, lot of posts coming from these people, and you will get overwhelmed, and then again you will not be able to stay up to date. So having said that, let's jump into the content for this video. So there is a person called Peter Gostev. I think he looks genuine. He has around 55K followers on LinkedIn, and he posts regularly about uh, AI stuff. And one thing I've noticed again here is, now since most of the big players, they have their AI models, like Google has Gemini, OpenAI obviously has ChatGPT, and then you have Grok from Elon Musk. So now, some of these people are a little biased on one model rather than the other, on one company rather than the other. But that is okay. Even though they are biased, you will be able to learn at least what is going on in the industry, and maybe try to use that in your day-to-day activities on day-to-day work. So let's go into go and find this out. So what my thinking is that what we'll do is we'll just go through one or two posts from Peter in this particular video, and we'll try to break it down. We'll try to understand what does he mean by this. Since we are not experts on this, so maybe or I'm not expert on this, so maybe I would not be able to, or I might not be doing justice on what he actually meant, but at least we can try. And if you think that I'm digressing from what was meant in the tweet, or what was meant to be conveyed in the tweet, not the tweet, in the post, then please comment in the comments box below so that you can correct me. And you know it's all about learning at the end of the day. It's all about sharing your ideas. So hopefully we can get something out of it. So this is Peter's page where he posts a lot of things, and we will be following his post, which is under all activity. Now this was posted 17 hours ago, which is yesterday. So now let's understand what he's doing in this. So maybe I'll just try to read as it is from the post, and then we'll try to break it down. So it says O3 is really phenomenal, not because it is a much better model itself, but because of the way it can leverage tools in a completely unique way. Previously, models would purely think in tokens and perhaps write code to solve a problem. What OpenAI did with O3 is very different. It can interchangeably use different tools within its thinking, such as search, analyze data, look at images, crop images, write code, and so on. So in this example, I've given it pretty ambitious prompt of finding the latest NVIDIA earnings and create an insightful PowerPoint presentation about it. To do this, it did a bunch of thinking and planning, 13 searches, run Python 6 times, created 3 charts, generated one infographic with GPT-4o image gen tool, debugged code along the way, used code to create PowerPoint presentation. I have attached the presentation with zero edits. The very last slide contains the infographic it generated. I must say, I was really surprised how well it worked. I did not see this coming, and I must admit, giving it tools makes a lot more difference than incrementally more IQ. It makes it particularly challenging to benchmark O3 versus other. Just comparing numbers of the benchmarks we have misses out on a lot of use cases like the one here. Tools that creates whole other dimension to utility and measures that is harder and harder. Here's the full chat. Please see OpenAI. If you train your model to create pretty PowerPoints, the amount of adoption you'll get in some sectors would be beyond imagination. Yeah, so in this particular, I think post, the crux of what Peter is trying to convey is that now you can generate, PPTs, and he's talking about O3 model here. One thing that that has come into my mind is, since I'm not following this latest models, because you have a lot of models getting released every week, and it is becoming really hard to keep a track of it. It in some way it is similar to what happened with the dot-com boom. You have a lot of websites coming in, and it becomes impossible to keep a track of all those websites. So in a similar way, I think it is becoming difficult to keep a track of it, but we'll give it a try. So by the way, I mean, this particular thing that you see on your screen is when I used text to video generator model in Gemini. So I just gave a text called what is tariff war, and then it produced this video. So it is right now is able to produce rather 8-second long video. And you can see here, this is quite interesting because the tariff war is going on between China and US, and the ethnicity of the people chosen in the video represent that. I think this lady is Chinese, and this guy is from US. So that's really interesting. So back to what we meant to do. So we were trying to list all the open AI models released so far with dates and give the output in a tabular format. So let's see what it does. Oh my God. So these are all the models that have been released by OpenAI. GPT-1 came in June 18, GPT-2 19, GPT-3 20, and that is where I think this took worldwide storm. And then you have Codex, DALI, ChatGPT in November. Oh no, I think ChatGPT is when it took worldwide storm. And then you have all the other three, support three, new reasoning model. These are all reasoning models. So interesting to know, as I said, one can get overwhelmed because there are a lot of models getting released, but you just need to, stay up to date on which model has been, doing a major or has a major impact as far as, the output goes. So you just have to stay updated with respect to that. So let's come back to this article. So this article, this post basically, Peter talks about this. So, and he has also given the copy of the chat. So this is how he must have, typed in the prompt. So this is his prompt. This is how the prompt looks like. Pull the most recent NVIDIA financial report, extract the AI-related revenue figures, run a thorough trend analysis, and share your calculations. I wanted to go beyond the basic idea and really come up with insightful narratives about NVIDIA. So this is a long text that he typed, and I think since this is a reasoning model, so it took around 2 minutes 45 seconds to generate, and then it gave this response. And in the end, you can see it has given you the PPTX. It has not only given you the answer in the response itself, but then it has also given you the PPT so that you can download and use it further. So when he says in this example, I gave it a pretty ambitious. I have attached the presentation. I must say I was really surprised. And he again also says that instead of just trying to improve the IQ of the models, like maybe they becoming more up to date, or would be the right sentence here, like maybe they increasing their capabilities of answering the questions. It would be worth if you give them tools to come up with the answer. So tools used here would be like creating a PowerPoint presentation, debugging the code along the way. So these are the all the tools, and then searching online, bunch of thinking and planning. So just like your agents would do. Uh, and then at the end, he is also saying that he's also maybe uh, giving a hint or suggestion to OpenAI that if they train their model to create pretty PowerPoint presentations. So I think that's a valid suggestion, and especially if you're working in any of the enterprises, companies, you would know that PowerPoint is the go-to way of sharing your ideas, communicating with your stakeholders, with the clients, and if we are able to get meaningful, helpful insights with no edits or zero edits or fewer edits, or as possible, this would definitely going to add value and would would actually decrease a lot of overhead work and effort and time that goes into creating those PPT presentations, especially specifically coming from a data architect background. I think you would have to create a lot of architecture diagrams.